How's it going, YouTube? This is your boy Abhay. Have you ever wondered you still don't want to do some things, but you are still doing it? I'm talking about addiction here. And you guys might think like, oh, I won't drink from this time, I won't drink from next time, but you guys still in that loop again and again, relapsing and all. So today I'm going to show you guys how and why you are still addicted, even though you subconsciously know like you're addicted, but you are just like can't put some actions to do it. So first and foremost, dopamine and rewarding system. So before you smoke or anything, you used to get dopamine from the life, like natural dopamine. It could be if someone go to gym, they are getting dopamine from the working out. If somebody likes to read and or even play a video game or read a book, they're getting their dopamine from there. Now your brain is hijacked from that dopamine, and dopamine is the one of the rewarding chemicals in the brains. Like it sparks you. So we know dopamine, it makes us happy and motivating, but at the same time it also craves more. So with dating apps nowadays, with accessible of drugs like weed and alcohol, then could be tobacco, it is very easy to get just stimulated by this fake dopamine. So that's one of the reasons you might taking drugs, smoking too much, just because you want to get a dopamine hit, or because it comes under the substance induced behavior. You like to do that. For example, if you're shy, instead of like talking to somebody, you will like, oh, I'll smoke weed, and that's why I feel more open. That's why I talk with this girl. That's why last time I talked with this girl, I was open and I had some couple shots, and it boosts my confidence. But deep down, it doesn't do anything. It just like you are induced. You are kind of like faking. You are getting a fake skin on yourself of a confidence, but it's just like that drug is doing with you. So second could be peer pressure, fit in. And have you guys ever wondered like you still don't want to do some things, but you're around some people and some companies where it is mandatory to smoke and drink, even though consciously it's not good for you, but just to fit in and be around those people, you just constantly smoking with them, and it becomes like the norm of that company. So just you subconsciously and consciously know that, but that's a loop, like it happens with every human. It's like, and it becomes habitual. So that's where you get addicted, even though on some days you don't feel like you want to do it, but it becomes so automatic. Even though you don't want to do it, you're just sitting and you're bored, and it becomes your rewarding system. So as I talked in the first point about dopamine rewarding system, it's also similar to that. Like you're feeling bored. That's why people do a lot of like addictions. Like they have addictions with, for hypothetically saying, with doom scrolling is also addiction. Like, right? So doom scrolling, then they can like sit in a room by themselves. Then it could be just to fit in and talk with more people. They need some kind of constant stimulus. They do that kind of wrong things, and they keep stuck in it. So it's not about will or anything. If you kind of know it, like what's the root cause of it, like why I'm doing it if I don't want it to do, so you can get off it. You can kind of know about it, right? So third point, let me see my notes here. Environment. So what I learned from my own experiences, like environment plays a lot of role in addiction. Basically, I would say like 40% to 45%. So wherever you are smoking before, if you are doing some specific things to some specific area and environment, you get hooked with it. So have you ever like watched yourself, like you're so let's say hypothetically saying smoking. So you used to smoke in your balcony, or you used to smoke before something like or after something, and this time you don't have smoke or anything. You went outside, you'll be like, I'm missing something, and your brain would be like, I'm missing something, like this is not complete. Like even though it's a sunny day, you have sunlight in your face, all that, but still you're missing something. That that missing internal part is that your addiction. So because you trained your body and mind to that specific environment. Hey, if I will go to my balcony, I'll just have a smoke and I would have like a stress release and all. So balcony, the environment became your stress relieving environment. Similar with your room. And I'm not gonna shit on anybody. So let's say if you listen to like specific music that talks about drugs, smoking, and all, I mean, it's good at some specific part if you kind of aware it, even though you like it. Like I do have some kind of like music that talks about intoxication and all, but to a specific level, because I don't want to make it or internalize it, right? But I do like their beats. So it also plays like a very big factor, like what you are consuming and what you are listening. So let's hypothetically say if I'm listening to songs with like more violence, drugs, like intoxication, and it seems cool, but in real life it doesn't work like that, you know. For example, like you're getting dopamine from two things. So first is boosting your ego, you're getting dopamine from your emotions. Second is you're getting dopamine, fake dopamine from the drugs. So altogether it's very stronger, it's stronger than your psyche itself. So so you get stuck in that loop, and after some time you kind of internalize it and it becomes like part of somebody's life. Moving forward to other point, stress has a very big factor in addiction. So basically a lot of people like do drugs for just escaping from the reality and all, like escaping from anything. That it could be like money stress, relationship stress, depression, like loss of a loved one, and it just like to be escaping for something. So all these factors, I'm telling you guys, there is nothing wrong with you, and there is nothing nothing do with your weakness, you're strong or anything. Like for example, let's say if you smoke cigarette, if I'm talking with you, telling, hey, like, you know, it's not good for you, you also know that that's not good for you, it's a common sense, right? So but you are so hooked with it, and if I tell you, hey, don't smoke or anything, you open your cigarette box, have another one. What does that do? I give you more stress. I kind of like forced you. You also know it's bad, rather than you need the information from myself. You also know it's bad for you, but you can't like resist from it. So like kind of you are so addicted to it. What you gonna do? Like stress, then you're gonna have another one. So it becomes a pattern. It's a whole pattern. So it's a strategy. I'll give you guys a very good example. So have you guys always see there is a lung cancer photo or picture on a cigarette box, right? So what does this with you? You know, it's a marketing strategy as well. Like it's very psychologically. You guys just so think like it's just like a government thing and all. Like they put it because they don't want people die. Do you know they fucking cares? Hell no, that's how they fucking run their businesses and all. So anyways, so with that picture specifically, what it does with you, it gives you stress. So if I'm smoking one cigarette, let's hypothetically saying, if I see that picture and I have somebody saying, hey, look at that picture, like that guy he died because of like the smoking and all, it gives you stress. Like, maestro, you're gonna have another one. Even though I have seen doctors, surgeons smoking cigarette, they know it's not that good for you. And it's not specifically about cigarettes. Addiction could be anything, like worst case, like carfentanil, fentanyl, methamphetamine. Then the smaller could be weed and illusion. Like, so specifically for weed, what it does, like it gives you illusion like it's alright to smoke and live your life. That's kind of holding you back. You consciously know that too. Let's talk about alcohol here for some time. So alcohol, from the histories, from the centuries, alcohol has been the problem all over. And it also funds government. It also has a lot of bad side on the healthcare. Like you see people got killed everybody. Like it could be from rage, it could be from seizures. So it does have that thing. But there's also a thing, right, with alcohol. Like if you drink one day, you get a hangover, you are dying in that day. I'm not saying dying in that way, but you're just like, you know what I'm feeling if somebody hears that you guys are addicted. I'm just kidding. So you guys also like kind of know what I'm talking about. So with hangover part, you just want to have like, oh, I'll just have one can of like, could be anything, on a Budweiser or anything. You just guys have one can and you guys get that small less stress relief, you know. And it becomes a cycle, guys. I'll tell you, it becomes a part of your life, and that's how binge drinking like happens. That's how people relapsed again. So it becomes a vicious circle. So you'll do it every single day. I'm telling you, you do it every single day. You even though you will imagine this at your work. I would rather go home, have my beers, watch something, right? So guys, but it's a vicious circle. So basically at night, if I'm having a lot of booze and all, like it could be a whiskey, let's say hypothetically, it's a Crown Royal or Jack Daniels. I had it last night, and now I'm hungover in the morning. I feel like a shit. I don't want to do anything. You know what I will do? I will have another can. So it becomes a vicious circle, even though you don't want it to do it. But the feeling, it makes you so fucking, I'm not gonna want to say a weak, but it's just like our biology. Like there's nothing weak, there's no ego or anything. It's just like you have to be understanding, right? Your biology as well, because you're a human. You're not a god. So with your biology, you're out of fluids, you're out of good protein, your brain chemistry is messed up. So it is also a big factor in addiction. So I think that's everything from my side today, and I will make another video on like how to get rid of addiction, like with a strategy. So there is nothing with you are weak. There's nothing with your will. Will only plays like a 10% part of in it. If you are more strategic, if you are kind of all in it, you can do anything. You can do anything, right? So that's all from my side today. I'll see you guys in the next one.